Okay, that moment we were understanding this app, how it was created. So the code behind of this app, the code written in this is the IDE PyCharm code editor, IDE integrated development environment code editor to write the code, edit the code, and compile the code, then execution. Okay. So that moment I was explaining that one by one table created this table for to username password. Okay. Once table is created, this is very important. This line of code to save the data to the database. Try and accept for once table is created. If you want to create more columns, that moment I need column salary and subcast and Gotram. Okay, you can find here. So once initially these columns create a name, date of birth, gender, phone number, district, height. So father, mother, education, location, job. Finally, today I need to create some what salary, subcast, Gotra. So for this code written, okay. So that initial database, which within the database, these will be added, okay, by this line of code. Try except these are the part of exception handling to handle the errors. Okay. So this line of code cursor.ex execute. What do you mean of this? This salary column means field will be included. If already included, so there's no any crash of the coding. That's why to save the app from handling crashing. Crashing means app crash. Okay. So next, one more field subcast created for this. Okay, this code written. And next word, see. So next, as for this, that is what I have explained this slideshow. I have created a function, database connection. I have explained how database, what for the SQLITE3 I have imported that is used for database connectivity and cursor. The cursor is what that is important. Cursor is equal to cursor dot this line of code. Cursor is equal to cone dot cursor. This line of code. Okay, that is very important to run the SQL queries. Okay, table created. And this is part of your exception handling. Part of your exception handling means what, exception, why the exception handling? Exception handling is part of your any programming language. It may be Java, Python, C++. Exception handling to handle the errors. Okay. So next is what. So up to this code, I have briefed this code for table creation. This is for database creation, table creation. Next, come to the before this. Start slideshow. Okay, just pill means import pill for to handle the images. This is start underscore slideshow to handle this slideshow. To handle this slideshow. Okay, this is a function created. This is a function with a def keyword. Once def keyword is used, it means this is a function. This is function is created for what purpose? To handle the images. Okay, that is very important. Right? And loading of images, resize of them, convert to Tkinter format, and continuously looping. Okay. So next is what we need of what database connection I have explained. Next, create users table. I have explained users table. This is user table. To this is for initial login form, and then after inside of this, this is the table again. One more table that is used in main form. These are all the ID, name, date of birth, gender, phone, district, father, mother, HP, height, education, job, location. These initially table created with these fields. Finally, if you want to add some more the code written for this here, code written table and add column salary, subcast, gotram, like watching. So next, table alter. I told you that how to alter. So once table already created, already existing. So within that, if you want to add new columns, salary, gotram, subcast, that code was written. Okay, that is very important. Alter table code. Before this, password creation, create users table, creates user table. This is the user table with the two fields, username, password. Okay. So, and that username, password will be stored in the database. Okay. Next, so default login user. Default login user, see, this is the form, main form. If you want to log in form, if you want to create login form, you need to go for that. This is what your the code, total code written, how much of code written, the total code stored in this Python file. The Python file name is marriage underscore 02 April 26. Initially, this is the starting. Okay, starting. I want to show this is the starting. So that is starting code. I have written simple this type of login. Okay, login. And then after, once you have, whenever you have given password like this, once password that is asterisk means so login successful. Then after this login form will be open. Main form will be open. So this is the main form. So main form initially it was like this, not horizontal shape, vertical shape. Okay. So here I found that all these fields, I was unable to settle all these fields. I need some more fields. Okay. So what I did here, so then this layout changed to horizontal format by this another. It is stored and next modification was given to 1st April. Okay. Then come to this 1st April. So this is the admin. Okay. So once password, so that it changed to this type of horizontal side, horizontal format. Here, that last I told you that Gotram, subcash, salary not included. These are the fields initially written, but form shape changed to horizontal side, and this search combo box added. Okay, with it will combo box means I told you that this is the combo box. Combo box means list box plus text box. This is called combo box. Okay, like this changed, and then after 2nd April means yesterday. This is the somewhat modifications. Somewhat modification. This is yesterday. This slideshow included slideshow, and slideshow included means what? Within that slideshow, as I told you that how the slideshow it is displaying the images. Now again, you give the password here, admin and password, whatever the password. So whenever you enter the password, so that will not be displayed. Okay, all that they will be shown with the star marks. They are called asterisks. So once you have filled the credentials, username, password, so that then after your main form will be loaded. Within the my main form, what I did here. Okay, this is today's effort. Today, this is what your slideshow, because this is related with the marriage registration application, which is created in Python by using of the That is what GUI library, Tkinter for the database connectivity, SQLITE3. If you want to work with advanced drop downs, TTK like that. So I have briefed, okay? So this is today's effort. Like that, if you want to create anything, no, project, once you are studying as a literate, technical literate, maybe CSC, computer science, engineering, IT, ECA, then after if you want to switch towards your software side, because maybe that moment you wouldn't be able to get the seat in the engineering college, computer science engineering, then you will prefer to, there is a preference for ECA, you have joined, then after you want to switch to computer science engineering. So you must be aware of all that languages, okay, from C to C++, Java, Python, front for backend Python, Java, front end HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So that moment you must be able to work with all that languages. Okay, that is very important. So this form, how, as I told you that this is the today's effort. So each and everything we were trying to understand that moment. So code here, I was here where this is the table created for the inside of the main form. This table created for only username and password. This table created for username and password. Once table is created with these two fields, this is compulsory. Con.commit to save the data. You can mention here to save the data. Save data. Okay. Then after, this is for to add more fields in the data table once table is created. Next, this is the table created for old table created. Try and accept. I told you that to avoid the crash if column already exists. This try and accept avoids crash of the app if column already exists. If there is no any column exists, so it will create the columns. Okay. Next, the initial code I have. Next is what default login user. Default login user. I told you that how to log into your form with starting. So once whenever you run this application, so login, this is the login form. You whenever you type your user credentials, so you will be able to log into the this main form. Okay. So that moment what happened by this code, which code? So this code, what it does, default login user. So what it does, it will create a user. Okay, if there is no any user, so means there's no any admin. If no admin exists, so it will create a user. Okay. Main app function. What is the use of main app function? That is very important. Main app to load the whatever the code we are seeing under this total functionality by creating of all these labels, text boxes. Okay, this list box, combo box with list box and text box. Okay, all these buttons, this total creation, that is part of your main app. So for this main app, code is where from started from where from it will be part of here. Okay, from here, this is the main application function. This is a function to open the main app. Okay, main app will be considered as root. Root, you XYZ, your name, my name, any name you can kept. So that is part of your TK. Tkinter will be called as shortly TK because initially I have mentioned here Tkinter as TK. So in further, I don't want to call Tkinter TK. Okay. So Tkinter.tk. Okay, means this is a special method for object of created for ticket to access this method. Okay. So root is the name of main window. For this marriage app version 1.0. Why 1.0 means 1%? Version 1.0 means in further if you want to do any updates if you want to do, so they will be that moment it can be 2.0. Yeah, 1.1, 1.1, 1.2 like that. So next, main window, it creates full screen app like main window, it opens the main window full screen app. Okay. So, and then within this slideshow function written slideshow function, that function I have shown here. So within the main window, two functions are there. One is the slideshow, which is running at the starting. That is for your main, that is login form. This is not under any function. This is not under any function. This is the code written at the starting of the. So initially, once your login form is loaded, so then after by this start underscore slideshow images will be started one by one. Okay, this is the same code written inside of the main form, inside of main form, from where this is the main inside of the, this is the main form app. So here also same images, jpg images, image 1, image 2, image 3, image. So okay, so slideshow, this is the code written for. Okay, next. So that this slideshow, what it does, it ensures the delay. Okay, UI, user interface, loads first. User interface means this is the user interface. This is user interface. This will be loaded first, then after it will take time. Okay, first of all, user interface to be loaded. So who will ensure the delay? Okay, this lambda root dot after 500 time, millisecond, whatever given here. This is called start after UI loads. Start after UI loads means user interface loads. Then after slideshow started. Start underscore slideshow. Time delay 2500 milliseconds. MS milliseconds. Huh? Profile table. Profile table. Where is that profile table? See here, view profiles. This is the view profile. Whenever you click on view profile, this button, whenever you click on this button, so this function will be view profile. View profile. This function will be triggered. Means this function will be called whenever we click on that button, view profile button. This function will be called, and within that, what happened? This function will open a table. Okay, which table? Which table? It will open new window. So see what happened. Whenever you click on, so it opens a new window. Okay, so and then here you can see scrolls. This is the scroll. Here only two or three records. If thousands of records, you can vertically scroll and you can horizontally scroll. Horizontal scrolling is here. Horizontal. Here only three records. Three records are there. There is no need of scrolling. Okay. So now then after what it does, this whenever we click on this button, that is view profile, your data will be shown as Excel format. Your data will be shown as Excel format by that view profile function. Next, so the code written here, this canvas is ticket at canvas view window. This is very important. This is written for what purpose? That is for scrolling of your scrolling. For this vertical scrolling and this horizontal scrolling. Horizontal scrolling. Okay. So code is what? Canvas is equal ticket at canvas view window. This is the most important scrolling of a frame. So next, edit profile. See, under this, you go here, edit profile. For every okay. See here, what happened? Edit profile, what it does. Where is that edit profile? It is a function, okay? Edit profile function. So this edit profile function, it edits the data. Every row of data, edit every row, okay? Opens a new window for every record, okay? And data, once it is opened, so data will be filled, okay? And then you can edit those, see here. So whenever you click on here, where, see view profile, here, this is a record. For every record, one edit button will be provided. Whenever you click on that, the total row of data will be shown in front of you. Here, if you want to do any correction you want to do and update. Do and update. Any correction if you want to do and update. Once you have done, that record is stored. It will give a message. So that is the use of edit profile function. Opens a new window and data will be filled. Okay. Pre-filled means as you click on that, as you click on the row edit button, it open and pre-fills with the data. This data will be shown here, filled here, and you can edit, okay, and then you can update. So that is the use of. Next is what? Submit function. What is the use of submit function here? See, submit function, once new record, whenever you have stored a new record for all that fields, once your data is stored, submit. So name and phone are required. Name, this is called validation. This in programming, validation is very important to understand that what happened whenever compulsory data that must be filled. Without that, if you have not filled any important like name, phone number, like, so with that moment, if you want to submit, it indicates the name and phone are required. That is called validation of data. Okay, that compulsory data. So what it does, submit function, once you have submitted all the data, it takes all the input values, it gets all the input values and validate. Validate means for validation code written for only this name and phone. So that input is validated and then insert into database. Once you have written any data name like what your Raja, date of birth something 23 April, okay, 923. Gender you have selected, somewhat you have selected, okay. And once, whenever you have selected the data, so, and rest of the data, phone number you have mentioned, district you have given, any precaution, whatever the data you have mentioned here. So the data, height you have given, education you have given, BTech, whatever, and all the fields I have filled with the data. So once data is filled, salary you have mentioned, subcaste, puja sakha of the bride and bridegroom. He's the bride, okay? Sorry, groom. So Gotram, they have somewhat Gotram. Everybody has Kanandala Gotram, somewhat Posandala Gotram. So all that data, location, job is what? Software developer, whatever. otherwise software engineer, like that you can mention where location Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, BZLR, okay, BZLR. And then Gotram, you mentioned any Gotram, Kanandala Gotram, whatever the Gotram, because of this is related with your, this is related your with what your data, which is related with bride and salary, you have mentioned 10 lakh, okay, and so then after submit, so the total record you can buy this. This is the last record submitted. Okay, like this. Okay, next function one by one, because of the total code. It is very difficult to line by line time. It will take a lot of time. Okay, lot of time it will take by step submit function. What is the use of this submit function? Submit function is linked with this button submit. Every button is linked with a function. Whenever we click on this button, that function will be called, and whatever the line of code written inside of that submit function, view profile, we have done edit profile, submit function. Where is that submit function? Under that submit function, what it does, it will submit. Okay, it takes the input of the all the fields and validate the data, insert into database. Okay, and then after clear fields, that is very important. Clear fields, once data is stored, and then when submit that, uh, all the text boxes, the data will be cleared. So, okay, that is very important. So see, if once phone number is written, name is written with whatever. Next, once submit, record will be stored and these fields will be cleared. Okay, that is very important. Search function. Search function, what it does, it searches the data. If gender exact match, like search function is where this is the search. If gender matches male, female, other. Okay, female, okay, Krishna district, Nellore district, all the male, okay, who are matching from Nellore district, okay, from all the male means groom profiles who are from Nellore district and who are BTech, otherwise abroad, they are living abroad, like BTech EC. So whatever the you have taken, so search, that records will be shown for you. That record will be shown. So the search function. So if gender exact matches, otherwise partial match using, if it is not matching, so, and if it is not matching, that records will not be fetched. Only those records will be fetched from the database. Okay. Next, delete function. By this delete button, it is connected with, linked with the delete function. Where is the delete function? It delete the record. Delete profile. So what it does, it will delete the function by ID number. Okay. So check ID exists. If that ID is existing, and that will be deleted and shows a message. See here. So come here, delete. Okay. Delete by ID. So if any ID, if you want to delete this ID is what, last ID 15. If you want to delete this ID, come here. Okay. 15 ID you mention here, because that 15 ID is there, and you delete, and you will get a message, record deleted successfully. So like that. So delete function will be used. It is connected with the delete. It is connected with the delete button. And then, okay, next, update function. Updates only name, date of birth, phone, if you want to update. But for this, where is that update? And this update, no use, because here for every, because if you want to update, now it is connected with the new name, new age, new phone, these three fields. Okay. By update. By update ID, new name is new phone can be changed. But if you want to change the total, okay, if you want to go into here, you take update here. Okay. That is what update function. It updates what name, date of birth, phone only. Multi-search advanced. Multi-search, that is the very important here. As we are seeing multi-search, this is what different fields are here. By these different fields, you can select whatever the query you want to run over this field, any field. Okay. That is called multi-search advanced. What it does, by this multi, but because of here now for every activity, for every field, code is written. So that is dynamic query building. So what it does, so it is SQL technique, professional SQL technique. What it does, it will run the queries, okay, special queries over any field. By this is what job. If you want to find, if you want to search job, which type of job, okay, you type here job, which type of engineers, okay, search. There is a, because here engineer under the job software engineer. So one record fetched, okay. So that is very important. So as per that, you can search as per your every field. Education, subcast. If you want to find Puja Sakha only, search. That record will be shown. How many Puja he is here? Two Puja, subcast, two records found. So when these queries will be so useful to you, if you have thousands and thousands of records, thousands and thousands, if you have records, that moment these queries will be so helpful to you. Otherwise, without the queries, it's very difficult to find the suitable data for you. As per your queries, the data will be fetched. Okay, that is what queries are very important in any SQL. Okay. Next is what UI design. UI, that is very important. UI code, user interface, user UX, UI. UI means user interface and UX means user experience. So from user interface, UI, the code written from here, okay, from here, okay, user interface code, screen width, okay, frame, frame color, frame width, okay. For every field, combo box, for combo box code written here, combo box, in combo box, how many for the combo box? See, whatever the combo box here, whatever we have written, the fields, the field, that fields only shown here, whatever the fields, combo box, these fields, whatever the code written for this, in this combo box code, that will be shown. Okay, now, so next is input fields, all that input fields for label, okay, buttons, the code, user interface for function, login window, username, password, slideshow, login function, that login function, okay, and total app, total flow of chart, how first app starts, okay, whenever you click on, so whenever you click on this .py Python file, whenever you click on run, flow of app, how it starts, app starts, then login screen appears there, and then after login screen, slideshow runs. So you log in with credentials. Then if your credentials are okay, your main app opens and user can your activities, add profile, view profile, edit, search, delete. Okay. So this is the class. So for all that fields, so many fields for the district, this is the label. Okay. Over that label district, this is the phone, gender, date of birth, name. All these are labels created. Okay. For district, labels are where these are all labels: name, phone, father, job, salary, remarks, date of birth. These are labels. These are text box. Text box will collect the data, whatever the user feeds here. These are all labels. For that code, these are all buttons. Okay. So code is written here for every district, height, a father, for mother, that is what your field. Okay. This is row column means in which row it is to be set up. Okay, in which column. Row must be one row. Okay, father and mother and education. These three are in one row. You can find here. Father, mother, education. Both are in one row. Father, mother, education. These are in second row. This is the zero row. Okay, this is the first row. This is the second row. This is the third row. In third row, job location. Two fields are there. Job and location. Job location. Job. It is under third row. Location under third row. Like that. So very important. The position. This is called grid layout. Okay. Label. Whatever the name, text that is to be displayed on the label. What is the font? Label font. Okay. Okay. Next is what? It is grid layout. Grid layout row 4. Okay. So many labels and all for all these labels and functions. That functions buttons are created here. One button, this is search button. Okay. Here you can see search button here. This is the search button. Search button. For this search button is linked with a search function. Okay. Search button. This is search button. So another button is what? This is for search button for search profiles. This search button for whom? Multi-search. This button is what? For multi-search. Multi-search where? Multi-search. This is the multi-search. This is a search button here. This search used for multi-search. This is for multi-search. Okay. Two buttons are there. One button for multi-search and one button single search. And delete for button created. Delete. So whenever you click on this delete button, delete profile function will be triggered, called. Here search profiles function will be called. Okay. A text font Arial 12. Okay. Like what? So submit function. Submit. This submit button. Whenever you click on that button, name, submit, this command submit function will be called. For this button, view profiles button, whenever you click on view profile button, view profile function will be called. Like that, so many. These are all labels. New name, new age, new phone, created where, new name, new age, new phone. Okay, it's like that. Okay. So now at the finally, this is very important. This code, it ensures that the main loop will behave properly. And finally, this is for login window. Login window is what? Your login form. This is the code up to I have shown, that is for main form. And this is the code for written for login window. Here it is zoomed, means whenever you click on, so it is login form uh, opens with big screen. Okay. And its color light blue, title login. Okay. See here. So whenever you click on, this is second day, open, run. So your login form here, credentials. So whenever login form is open, what happened here? Login form open. This is zoomed screen size, full screen size. So for this code written, that is where zoomed, light blue. If you want to change this color, you can change. The red color, if you want to change, you can change here red color. Okay. Now, whenever you click on here, your login form with red color, total red, but it is not looking well. The red color is not looking well. So that light blue color, no, that is for any login form, and inside of that, that is the best. So change this color of your background of login form, because this red color is not looking well. So that is initial color. That is what that is best. Okay, light blue. Light blue is the best color for your login form. It looks well. Okay. While you are creating, that is what your uh, any project, no, that is that moment you need to do what you need to work with, lot of efforts you need to keep. It looks very nice. Okay. So finally, what we did here within this very important, we have created a GUI application, database we have created, login system with credentials. That is very important. And then image slideshow, that is the very important point. And operations are activities. Whenever you click on any activity like submit data, data is submitted, old data if you want to see by view profiles, update the records, search the records, delete the records. Okay, so many activities. These are called operations. Okay. And image slideshow is going on. This is all really real software project level. Okay. So next, within this, how many activities we can remove duplicate data by remove if any data is there. Okay. By if any data is, you feel that it is duplicate data, you can go and here password entered and successfully log into the by this delete. That duplicate data record, if you found by see that total data and find the duplicate data record number, and you come into here and delete by ID and delete. That duplicate record will be deleted. So like that, what we have done lot of. Okay. So as I told you that this is the myself, I have kept my efforts to create a project which is part of your marriage registration app in the Python. Very important for all of you. If you can create so many projects like what your stack management, any one game you can create 2D games, three-dimensional games by use the Pygame library, Android apps. This is app I have created for desktop apps. Okay, this total code, if you want to import, if you want to transport to other computer, if you want to run this total code on another computer, because of the code written in my computer, if you want to transport means this code, it must be run on other computers. You need to do what? You need to come here, go here. That is very important. And go tool windows, come here, terminal. Under this terminal, you need to write one code here, PyInstaller. Here, this code, PyInstaller, to pack that code. PyInstaller, what? You need to write one file. This line of code, you need to write one file, means space, hyphen, window. For what purpose? Window. Okay. Then after your file name is what? This Python file. You need to mention this Python file by PyInstaller. Okay. One file. This is the code, and for Windows operating system. If you want to work with Windows operating system, then after mention this file name here, marriage underscore, whatever the file you want to make it as a exe file. So the total code which is written in source code will be converted into machine language, means object code. Now that file .exe file and that database is once you want to give to anybody to work with on another computer, you need to give that .exe file, and that .exe file I will show. I have created. Okay, where is there? Here, see, within this my projects, 19 project. This is the marriage project. Here, see, this is one executable file created .exe file. So here, where is that one folder distance? Within this distance folder, see, this is the .exe file. Marriage, this is the 1 April .exe file. This is the 2nd April.exe file. First, this is compulsory. You keep this .exe file and database file in one folder and compress that folder and send to anybody. And they can decompress, unzip, and whenever they click on that .exe file, the total app will be run on their computers. Maybe that is what Microsoft Defender stops, but you run because you are the unknown publisher, no? So Microsoft Defender stops, and you do one thing, you run anyway. Whenever you click on run anyway, that app will be run. So once you have studied any language under your BTech courses, it's very compulsory to design the projects. It may be any project. It may be stack management. It may be like marriage registration app. It may be some other apps, banking apps. Okay. Any simulator apps. Simulator means they will simulate as the existing real world systems. They may be simulator hardware simulators, software simulator, hybrid hardware simulators, some components you need to design some device. Within that you need to you need to load the software which is written in different languages, C++, Java, Python, any language, and the code will be stored in that electronic device, and that will become like a simulator to simulate the real world objects, like your driving simulators, like your flight simulators. So many software simulators like online web editors, it simulates like IDE. Generally, if you want to work with any language, you need to install your IDEs, Java, Python IDEs. Okay, without that IDE, you can work with online editors. You write the code there, and that online editor, web editor, it simulates like your IDEs. Okay, simulator. And to write the code for any router configuration, switch configuration. Okay, virtual simulators. You are working with VMware in one computer. Many operating systems are loaded. Network tracing, like what your Cisco network tracer. Without routers, without switches, you can configure the switch and routers for routing protocols. So that is it is also software simulators. So like there's so many are there for OS in one computer. You can install many operating systems virtually. So that is also one simulator. It's like that code, no, you can write different projects. You need to choose stock management, marriage, astrology. Okay, astrology app. Okay, for us to gonna put me different apps you can generate. Depend upon your knowledge. Okay, I hope that this class will be so useful to all of you. And this is recorded, and I will keep this data in all my groups. Whomever are interested, you can call me. My number 9110398650, and you can discuss with me. And if anybody is running the that is what business, like what small scale business, medium scale business, if they want to uh, create any software for their enterprise, small scale enterprise, medium scale, if they want to get like billing system, okay, for stock update system, like what in mall, okay, showing of the all products in web page, okay, their products they are in web page, the front end, back end, okay, data stored in the servers, front end web page, all the items products are showing. So if any like that solutions for small scale to medium scale, if they need any help, okay, if they want to get the this type of apps, I am here to support you. Okay, 9110398650. You call me, and I will design the app, and I will provide that app to you. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Jai Hind.